Number 77 is a ball being thrown vertically in the air. The initial velocity is 32 feet per second. And this formula, S, is not for speed. S is the designation for height. It's the formula 32t minus 16t squared. T represents time in seconds. The question is, when will it be at its highest point? Hopefully you recognize that this is a parabola and it's opening downward. If we simply do a little bit of factoring, when would it hit the ground? At this stage we would say the height is 0, and we have 32t minus 16t squared. This isn't their question, it helps us solve it. If we factor this, take out a 16t, we'd be left with 2 minus t. So when would it have a height of 0? At time equals 0 and time equals 2 seconds. So if we can visualize that, we have a parabola opening downward and it is hitting at 2 seconds, and of course it has a height of 0 at 0. So when does it have a height, a maximum height? Well, it would be at 1. And so if we substitute 1, we would get 32 times 1 minus 16 times 1 squared. Yes, that comes out to be 16. And therefore, we can tell by the symmetry of the graph, it's at its maximum height at 1 second, and the height is 16 feet. We also want to do 79 on this recording. Number 79 is a rational function. It's given to us as 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 divided by x squared plus 4. Minus 4. And it makes sense to factor it right away. It factors into 2x minus 1 and x plus 2. The denominator factors as x minus 2, x plus 2. And we can tell already two traits. There must be a whole at negative 2. And the second trait is that there must be a vertical asymptote at 2. Back at the issue of the whole being at negative 2, it's true that we could cross this out. Technically, what I would like is that you keep track of the fact that it doesn't exist at negative 2. There's a hole there. But we do wish to get the height at that spot so that we'd have the ordered pair for the hole. So if I go ahead and I substitute in for x, what's the function's height at negative 2? Again, technically it doesn't exist there, but we'll substitute into the similar function to get its height. 2 times negative 2 minus 1, and then negative 2 minus 2 is negative 5 over negative 4, so the height would be 5/4. So we basically used a similar function, the one without the hole, in order to determine the height. So the hole has an ordered pair of negative 2 and positive 5/4. And once again, the other trait we could tell immediately is that at 2 there's a vertical asymptote. And so x equals 2 is the equation of that vertical asymptote. The horizontal asymptote we would determine with the limit. The limit as x heads towards infinity on that which is left, so 2x minus 1 over x minus 2. If we consider dominant terms, it would be the 2x over x. We can tell it's heading toward 2. Of course, I prefer that we divide each term by x and show that work. But it is true that y equals 2 is the horizontal asymptote.